dog. Check it out. Look at what I got in my box today. Is America and what we let happen. If you as an American come to think that there's going to be a change because you put the Republicans in office, as you as an American don't think that you're going to be accountable for the actions our politicians have put us in, if you as Americans come to think that you're not going to be accountable for the debt they're accruing, if you as an American still think the place in history that we're at right now in America had to have happened, there's a lot more stuff you need to learn about our government and our country, about your politicians that you elected. The economic collapse of the United States and America didn't need to happen. The dismantling of America didn't need to happen. It's because of the stupid ass Americans that we are not to understand what we were given as a constitutional republic and what's happening in this country now. So your politicians have sold you out, America. They sold you out to unions. They sold you out to global corporations and entities that choose not to be named. And through our politicians, this has happened to our country. We as Americans have been asleep for far too long. We never really understand what we were given. And we thought that people when we were elected were going to uphold the Constitution and stand up for us as Americans. They tax you every year with new taxes and new laws to restrict your freedoms and liberties. The power to tax is the power to destroy. I went to the liquor store today, and when I went, the guy had 5 sodas for 99 cents. So he figured he was gonna pay $5. The guy comes up and says, well, $6.18, and he's like, what are you talking about? Because they're 99 cents each. And the cashier told him, well, yeah, taxes is CRV. He's like, what? And I said, you see what they've done to you? And you allowed it and you accept it. That no matter what they do to you, as Americans, you accept it. And that guy behind the counter said, yeah, no freedom. I said, what? Are you saying in America we're not free? We have all our freedoms that were granted to us, all the stuff that we know we have. I go, what do you mean? He goes, you should go to the country I came from. I go, where's that from? He said, Yemen. Because there's freedom over there. And I started thinking about that, like, what does he mean? When they build a house, they have to get permits and pay taxes? No, probably not. When they want to add something onto their house, an extra room or a pool, do they have to get permits and taxes? No. See, America, there's a lot more stuff you need to learn. You need to understand you've been backed into a corner and there's nowhere for you to go. You've been lied to, America. So when is it we as Americans come to understand what's happened to us and where we're at in our country's history? So I tell you people all the time, man, if you're not putting the pieces to this together and looking at the picture from another angle, so you're looking at everything for face value. Stop looking at stuff for face value. See the skies behind me right now? That's the way the sky should look all the time over this country of ours. But if you look up sometime and you pay attention, you'll see planes making all kinds of white streaks across the sky with smoke coming up behind it. And it looks like contrails. Contrails are the hot exhaust of planes from the upper atmosphere that you see these lines and they evaporate because it's like hot air steam. But over America, if you look and pay attention, you see white lines of smoke coming out of planes and they stay there for a long time. The sky gets really ugly. And it looks like clouds, but they're not clouds. Do your politicians ever raise a hand? Hey, hold on. Who's spraying that stuff and what is it? Do you ever pay attention to really what's really going on? When they have lame duck sessions in Congress, even though they get paid $100-something thousand a year, they only work 100 and something. Everybody else gets taken care of before the American public. Everybody else's rights are a little bit more important than American public. So when you think that they want to give amnesty to illegal aliens, how's that helping you out as an American? See, one thing that's really hurt us a lot is a thing that they call liberalism. The Democrats, they're liberal. They're not liberal, they're socialist. They're communist. And see, Americans really don't know what that means. There's a lot of stuff you don't know what it means, America, because you know what? You're stupid. That's what they think of you, because no matter what, a freaking missile gets shot off 25 miles off your coast of San Diego, California. Where's our ships at? Our warships? Wondering who shot that missile off. And as Americans, our news let it pass and we forgot about it already. It was an optical illusion. See, America, you're being lied to every day. And you choose to keep your head in the ground and not ever to stand up and say, you know what? None of this makes sense. I don't understand how we spin and spin and spin, but we don't make nothing to sell to anybody. America, if you don't come to realize what's happened to your country and where we're at in our country's history, this experiment as the United States of America is going to be over before you know it. You're backed into a corner, America, if you want to realize it or not. There's a freight train coming right behind you. And if you choose to keep your back to that train, it's going to run over you and you're going to get smashed. So do you think it's better to turn around and at least know it's coming so you can brace for the impact or try to move? I always tell you, America, I always tell you, if you're not doing everything in your power to restore this country, you're doing everything in your power to destroy it. Charlie the Box out.